Now Stroud. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. This is 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A little over 30 seconds to go. Here's 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the 4th, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? Because this feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice and tense on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. So the Texans will have the first opportunity here in the overtime session as we are back underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's second down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing now is Stroud. Pass complete to Higgins. And he'll get a fair amount of yardage back, but now it's 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
They toss it to Warren. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. What can Rodgers do now with his drive? That's to the sideline and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's to Freiermuth, and he is going to be brought down. And now making matters more dire, this is going to be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
The Steelers send out their punter now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's Stroud. Finding Schultz. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Stroud out of the gun here. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now Austin. Oh, fighting off the defender. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers.
Austin brings in the quick throw.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to win it in overtime. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And the kick is good. And finally, this one is over. We thought it may never end. But that kick puts the exclamation mark on it.
Obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home, as we say.